On Election Day, some voters in Los Angeles will have to choose between two longtime congressmen. As John Blackstone reports, their campaign is one of the most bitter and expensive in the country, even though the candidates have a lot in common.
As the election closes in, Brad Sherman and Howard Berman know it's time to close the deal with voters.
It's good seeing you.
From their names to their receding hairlines, they appear so similar, voters may have a hard time telling them apart.
They have rhyming names. They're both Jewish.
Jonah Lowenfeld writes for the Jewish Journal. His blog, Berman versus Sherman, two Jews, one district.
They're both relatively liberal, and in terms of their voting records are very similar.
They're also both lawyers, UCLA alums, family men, but above all, they are both Democrats, pushed into battle against each other by California's new top two primary system and redistricting that changed the electoral boundaries. After redistricting, wasn't there some way that you guys could have worked this out so that you weren't facing each other?
Well, we each had a great idea of what the other guy should do, but the other guy didn't listen.
The 30th congressional district isn't big enough for both of you.
That sounds like a Western.
He is a show horse, and I'm a workhorse.
Berman was first elected 30 years ago. Sherman has been in Congress for nearly 16 years. Is it painful to be in this kind of a battle against a fellow Democrat?
Some of the people I'm closest to are on the other side, and some of the people that were closest to him are on my side. It has the elements of a family fight.
And what a nasty fight it's become. With tempers flaring, this October debate nearly exploded into combat.
He came over to my table, called me a liar, nose to nose. I put my arm on his shoulder.
He grabbed me, he challenged me to a fight, pushed me towards him.
The video went viral. The Berman campaign seized the moment and created a commercial.
That he's ineffective, mean, and too angry. Brad Sherman is just not fit to represent us.
Voters have been inundated with attack ads about Sherman.
This one is that he's violent, and this one is that he is a ostrich who can't fly, a legislator who can't legislate.
Howard Berman.
This one paints Berman as a freeloading junketeer.
Howard Berman, 176 free trips.
According to OpenSecrets.com, their combined spending has topped $10 million, making it the most expensive congressional race in California this year. Sherman has been leading in the polls, but Berman says the now famous debate incident has changed everything.
He really became unhinged, lost control.
I knew that it certainly wasn't the finest hour for either one of us.
Sherman has been making a concerted effort ever since to play down the debate.
Who's gotten some yard sign?
No matter how it goes this election day, the voters of California's 30th congressional district know at least two things for sure. Their next congressman will be a Democrat with lots of experience and very little hair. For CBS This Morning, John Blackstone in the San Fernando Valley.